Hey, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Barry, and welcome if you are new here. Listen, I have a lot of exciting updates to share with you all. I did just want to have a quick, really honest conversation about what has been happening, particularly on how I am building a business that I absolutely love without burning myself out. And yes, I still work a full-time corporate job. So there's a lot happening behind the scenes right now. I'm writing my book, I am hosting retreats, I'm growing my brand, and I'm living my life, and it's pretty peaceful, So I wanted to share exactly what I'm doing to try to build something beautiful without losing myself in the process. And again, this is not rocket science. This is just stuff that I've learned along the way about what I need to do, the things I need to do, the boundaries I need to set to be able to build my business while still working my full-time job and still having the time freedom that I crave without the burnout. So let me start here. I used to believe, and I still believe it in a certain context, right? That building a business meant that you had to work 20 hours a day. You had to hustle. Like the hustle culture has completely taken over everywhere, right? Long nights, early mornings, late nights, weekends, like that your entrepreneurship and your journey had to completely consume you. But now I operate completely differently because I feel completely differently about that statement. I don't believe that the hustle culture is where it's at. Matter of fact, I'm canceling hustle culture. That's how much I don't believe in it. You cannot build things when you are burnt out. And if you do build something while you're burnt out, it is not going to be sustainable. And that's what people don't realize. I don't like to operate in chaos. My brain, my vibe, I focus and I function better when things are clear, when they're aligned with a purpose, and when they actually make sense to me. So just to give you a picture of where I am today, I'm writing my book. I just filed for my LLC. I'm planning 3 retreats already for for 2026. 3 retreats are already on my schedule for 2026. I'm trying to build as many revenue and income streams from my brand that I possibly can. I'm creating content across multiple platforms, including YouTube, and I'm getting ready for some major shifts. And yes, there is a lot going on, but my energy is exactly where it's supposed to be. Like I said, it doesn't feel heavy. I've learned how to build what I'm building without burning myself out. And again, my message is literally, it's such a cliche, but when I say it, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. If I can do this without burning myself out and building something that I absolutely love and want to spend time on, then you too can do the exact same thing. So what does my weekly routine look like? So I think my week really starts on Sundays. And for the most part, I intentionally rest without guilt on Sundays. Absolutely. If I'm out of town, that may look a little different than when I'm in town. But for the most part, Sundays is when I actually just lay around. I catch up on my sleep. I may do a couple of business things, but they are super, super light. The one thing that I always do on Sundays, though, is I break out my calendar and I make sure to plan everything I need to do this week. So I pretty much just start with just a piece of paper or a notebook, and I just brain dump. I jot down every single thing that I need to do this week or that I think I need to get done this week. And then I put those categories into like priority. This will be nice to do, and this is what can absolutely wait, right? And then I build my days based off of that. I also build 2 intentional rest days into my schedule. Yes, I schedule my rest days because when I'm on and my brain is going, I want to be able to create that day where, okay, I've done all this these days on Sundays and whatever other day that I choose during the week. This is when I'm going to rest my brain, my body, so that I can be refreshed and refocused. I don't force it. I don't guilt trip myself. Sometimes on Sundays, I'll lay around in the bed till 1 or 2 o'clock, and then I'm like, okay, I got to get up and do something. So I may do some laundry. I may do some cleaning, but that's my choice. If I choose not to do anything that day, again, I don't feel guilty about it. There is no pressure on why didn't I do this and why didn't I do that. That's the schedule that I built for myself, and that's what I live by. And to be honest with you, some of my best ideas and some of my breakthroughs have come when I'm just laying in the bed resting. I'll be like, oh, let me think of this. Oh, let me write this down. Let me jot this down. Not necessarily saying that I need to take action on it, but that I need to jot it down and get it out of my brain so that I can move on with my day. So some of the biggest lessons that I've learned is, yes, you can build a business while you're working a full-time job. I get so tired of seeing content creators that say, if you want to build a successful business, you have to quit your job. Or if you want to build a successful business, you have to work 15 hours a day on top of the 8 hours a day you're working for your corporate job. That is not true, y'all. You can still work full time and you can still create something meaningful on the side. Again, I talked about like what my days look like, or maybe I didn't. I usually do my planning on Sundays, and then I break down every single day what I have to do. And I'm usually breaking out about 2 to 3 hours worth of things that I have to do when I get off of work from my full-time job. And it's 2 to 3, hours worth of stuff that's not busy work, but productive. You want to be productive. I don't want to be booked and busy. I want to be productive, and I want to be building something meaningful. I just don't want to say, oh, I have so much to do. I have to do this, this, and this. I sit down and I focus on what's important to me right now, what's going to be important to my business right now, and how do I scale that and really build my brand and my ecosystem for the future. And that way, when I show up, I'm rested, I'm ready. And again, some of my best ideas come from after I've had a nice long rest or when I've gotten a lot of good sleep. Like, that's when I operate at my best. Some people thrive on chaos, not me, okay? I need to slow down. I need to breathe. I need to be able to hear my thoughts. I need to be able to function, and I need to be able to do that with clarity, in the right mindset, and, in the right headspace. So if you're watching this and you're trying to build a business while you're still working your full-time job, which is your bread and butter that's really paying your bills right now, this is definitely the place for you, okay? You can do this while you're juggling a career with your kids, with your spouse. You can absolutely do all the things you want to do and still have that time freedom that you crave. You don't have to hustle yourself to death to be able to build something meaningful. I hope this reminds you that it is possible. And again, I say it all the time, it's such a cliche, but literally, if I can do it, you can do it, okay? And if you like this kind of content around intentional living, building a business while juggling a corporate job, becoming a founder and CEO, go ahead and subscribe. We're building something beautiful here, and I definitely want to share it with you all, especially my day ones. You all have been here from the beginning. Again, I posted in my last video that things are definitely changing on this channel, so I definitely want to start educating people on how to get started, how to build sustainable systems, how to make sure that what they're building on the side is not just them building another 9 to 5, right? You don't want to step out of one crazy, chaotic situation and into another. Even if you are an entrepreneur and working for yourself, you are doing this for a reason. And most people do it for time and financial freedom. And so you don't want to, step out of one storm into another. So thank you all so much for watching. I definitely appreciate all the support. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.